Yeah.
You feel hiking, is it employer ask you to go hiking?
No. But
Is it your working hour?
no.
No. Is it
Part of the job? No, right?
No.
So
No,
it's
you
not.
might get sick leave if you get hurt and see a doctor, but you don't get a work injury compensation.
In first they bear the medical fee,
Yeah.
but you cannot claim the
Working
injury compensation.
That's why your advice so good.
Yeah, but there's one thing she told me, the trade union, she don't allow me, she don't want me to see in the TV holding the big paper yelling in the street. That's the one she got.
I don't think that your employer understands because for the work injury compensation, it's not paid by your employer, by the insurance.
I see. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But then if insurance company then find out like actually that you get injured during the hiking, not during your day off, not related to your employment, then insurance company will not compensate you.
Right. I think it's her.
So they will not pay also.
Yeah, because this actually the claim is against the insurance. You must want the insurance to cover.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think that you will understand.
Yeah.
Why you get injured depends on, And then,
So don't go hiking.
Don't go. Be careful. Just be careful.
What about the Indonesian girl who go hiking and then drowned and then she died?
She not injured at work.
Not injured at work, right?
No, has a responsibility to send the body back to the
Right.
Yeah.
Last summer only it happened.
Yeah, I know. Because they taking
Picture. Yes, and then fell off.
Yeah.
Some say she is also drunk. We don't know what really happened.
Also Indonesian girl.
Yeah, they're taking selfie.
Yeah.
They put themselves at risk.
Yes. During the
Yeah.
Keyword is be careful.
Yeah. You can go hiking, but just be careful.
So
Sometimes even you're careful, even you're being very careful, but you don't know when
an
accident
accident can happen in everywhere, even though you're working and then accident. So don't limit yourself to enjoy the life just because you're working.
Like for example, Keaton, when I got to go downstairs and throw down the garbage, I slipped on the stairs.
I remember you telling me.
Yeah, it's Keaton on the time.
So, well, if it's once it happened, it will happen.
Yes.
Kind of avoid. Yeah. So, how much compensation you can get? You can see this table. And I just want to highlight one thing about this sickness allowance. This would be 80% of your average daily wages, and it must be supported by a medical certificate issued by the registered medical practitioner. And there is no need to accumulate the paid sick leave days. Sickness allowance. So, if you forget everything, please remember this.
Sickness allowance?
Yes.
Sorry, I was so confused about this thing before. About the sickness allowance. You can get sickness allowance and then you still have your 1 month salary?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Is this
Okay, just example, in 1 month. In 1 month, I sick for 10 days. Okay? So my 10 days salary is only 80%. The rest is true.
Oh.
So it's not additional.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
it's even less than your monthly allowance and the monthly salary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot get the full.
Yeah.
Because on the 10
No,
days,
no,
you're
no,
sick.
no.
Yeah.
Don't get sick.
Don't go. Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt.
I don't know, maybe I don't know yet.
So-
I'm going to have a surgery soon.
How long you working for this employer?
2 years.
2 years. So how many paid sick leave days that you have accumulated?
I don't know.
Okay, paid how many? In
First year?
In first year, 1 month, how many days? 2 days. So it's been in 1 year. First year is 24. The second year is 1 month, 4 days. Yeah, 4 times 12 is been 48. So you combine 48 plus 24. So if you go for the surgery, You will not 2 months, right? It's only a few days. But maybe get sick leave. So as long as not more than your accumulated pay sick leave, yeah, that you have already collected, then you still get paid, but only how many percent?
80. How many days again?
How you work for 2?
Oh, we talked about it just now. You didn't listen.
Yeah. Because I
In
was
the
thinking
first
about
year,
my question, so I
in the first year is 2 days a month. So it's been there 24.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, second year 4 days per month. So it's been there 48. 48 times 24.
Plus, not times. Plus.
How much?
72.
72 days. So as long as you are sick, and then it's been that still within these 72 days, you get paid, but only 80%. Yeah, and then every time you go see a doctor, you need to ask for the sick leave. Yeah. And then service certificate must more than how many days? 4 days or more. Because if only 2 days, not get paid.
But my doctor gave me 2 weeks. Yeah, my surgeon, he wrote for me 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's good. That's why you need to ask.
Actually, I'm at a medical practitioner. They are the ones who is insisting they will give you.
They will ask you.
They don't, some of them they don't need to ask you anymore. As long as they know that you are not capable of working, they will give you right away medical certificate. Because I've experienced. I didn't ask. He just gave me.
But my doctor also good. He asked me, how many days you want? I said 2 weeks. Then he wrote 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Yeah, because honestly speaking, I think this is the thing. Sometimes with Filipino, maybe they can communicate.
Right.
But with another nationality, usually they don't get.
Only 3 days or 4 days.
It's very rare.
Yeah, very rare.
Yeah. Of course, it also depends on the disease, yeah. What kind of the illness that you're suffering.
True.
You okay? Understand? Huh? Oh, the mind. Yeah. So when you're going to have the operation? Okay. But now you already understand, yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Retired ka?
Retired ka po.
Lazarus? Lazarus.
So, we will now talk about the procedures of claiming work injury compensation. So you have to file a notice of accident to the Employees Compensation Division in the Labor Department. And if the employer don't file, you can actually file the notice. And it depends on whether your employer will admit liability. If they admit liability, then you can just settle. Just negotiate for the amount of compensation. But if they don't admit liability, then the Labor Department will get you to attend the medical clearance. And you have to bring all the medical documents to support the work injury to the Labor Department. And when all the sick leave has ended, the Labor Department will actually invite you for an interview by the Medical Assessment Board. And the doctors is actually hired by the Labor Department to determine the percentage of permanent incapability of you guys. And the Labor Department will issue the certificate of assessment. Remember, we talked about the work injury. The employer can only terminate you upon the issuance of the certificate of assessment. Yeah, so that's the certificate to show the percentage and calculation of the compensation. And either party can actually disagree with the assessment, and the worker can apply for the legal aid, which means you guys can apply for legal aid to file a claim in the district court. So if you want to apply for legal aid, you have to go to the legal aid department, not the Labor Department. Legal aid department to apply for legal aid. And there will be some assessment, means test, for example. And you have to fill in some form as well to get the legal aid. So now we'll talk about maternity leave and maternity leave pay. You will get a maternity leave if you are under a continuous contract, which means working for at least 18 hours per week for 4 weeks. This means continuous contracts. So maternity leave will start between 2 to 4 weeks before you give birth, the date of giving birth. If you guys cannot agree on the maternity leave period, the default period is 4 weeks before the date of giving birth. And maternity leave will end after 14 weeks. And if the actual birth is later than expected, the leave can be extended for the balance period. And if you suffer complication for the pregnancy, the maternity leave can extend up to 4 weeks. Up to 4 weeks, if there are any complications. For maternity leave pay, you will get pay if you work at least for 40 weeks before the start of the maternity leave. And you must serve the notice of pregnancy, remember? What does it state in the notice?